Well, guys, the moment that I've been waiting for since day one. Since day one. And I want to go back to 2010. In 2010, there was a show that I couldn't wait. High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead was my religion. In fact, it was so religious to see this show that not only I got different DVD styles, but also the mangas. All the mangas of High School of the Dead and all the volumes of High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead in summer 2010 was a phenomenal show. Yeah, I get it. The fan service was there. But to me, it wasn't about the fan service. This was about real life zombie apocalypse. And I love zombie movies that dealing with a zombie apocalyptic world. Stuff like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, The Walking Dead, anything zombie related. I have to sit down and watch it because you learn a lot in the zombie apocalyptic world because we don't know if we're gonna get one. Now that's summer of 2010. Then 5 years later, we go to 2015, and it was School Life. Now I know people don't think this is a zombie show, but it is psychological and horror at its best, including zombies. Trust me, you may not. It may look like it's a friendly, happy-go-lucky, but it's psychological with zombies. Trust me, you gotta watch this. Now, we in summer 2023. And what show has brought the life back into the world of the zombie apocalyptic? I'm talking about Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. I got all 10 volumes of this, guys. All 10 volumes of Bucket List of the Dead. And I've read every chapter over and over again because this has brought the life back into the world of zombie animes once again. Now, Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. You know, we all have a bucket list. We all have a bucket list of our own. I mean, if you look at this is my bucket list. And I have a lot of bucket lists here. Like, for example, my bucket list is like this. Go to Japan. Skydiving. Have a sit-down one-on-one with a voice actor, which I need to do. Oh, buy a VIP ticket. I never bought a VIP ticket. Oh, and here's my favorite one. Go to every anime convention in 50 states. And I mean in the United States, because I've only been to California, I've been to New York, I've been to Boston. I need to go everywhere in California. Everywhere. Florida, Texas, Washington. I don't care. I gotta go. But my bucket list is really legit here. Now, for those of you who don't know what a bucket list is something you do before, knock on wood, before you turn that certain age. You know, some people do this before they die. Some people make a bucket list before they turn 50. You know, that's what a bucket list is. And the mindset behind Bucket List of the Dead is exactly how we are. And a realistic way of how it is. I mean, like, I get this guy. And he is something. So again, what would happen if you take a zombie apocalypse, horror type, and put it in a comedy of a bucket list? And that's what this is all about. Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. So, without further ado, let's get right to it with the craziest review of Bucket List of the Dead, or Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Okay, introduction time. Summer 2010 was High School of the Dead. Where's my High School of the Dead book? Let me use this. High School of the Dead was a phenomenal show. It was in one of my top 5 greatest animes of all time, in my eyes. Top 5 and number 1 horror of all. I mean, not number 1. I put it like number 3 because I can get compared to Corpse Party or another. But this show brought the love back to zombies. Forget the fan service. We're talking about a zombie apocalyptic with real zombies and many situations of characters. Takashi, Rei, Takagi, Mizuzuka. Every character going through these tough choices in a zombie apocalyptic world. And we get to see that in the life of High School of the Dead. Now, we dive in now, years and years later, to a show that brought the love of realistic zombie shit back to reality. And that is Zom 100. So, Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead is about Akira Tendo. Well, I'll call him Akira. I mean, I'll go by Akira, because Akira is an easy name. I mean, it says so in the book. His name is Akira. So, we're going to put Akira's name into it. I mean, I understand people go by his last name, but I'll say Akira. So, Akira has a difficult life. He's representing us because we work when it's like we don't do shit when we get home. You know what I mean? We work and work and work until when we get home and you feel like you don't want to do shit except sit down and just eat and then go to sleep. And we don't have time to catch up on anime. We don't have time to read manga. We don't have time to get on PlayStation, which I do, get on PlayStation and play some Apex or Fortnite. We don't do any of that stuff. We just work, go home, and then drink and then go to sleep. That's the lifestyle that we get on a regular freaking basis. And I get that. I do this all the time. I rarely get on PlayStation. I rarely watch my anime because of work. So, and, you know, and Akira watching the zombie movies and how it all starts. And I do like this first episode because the first episode gave us exactly how it is from the manga. It gave us exactly how it is. So it shows us his years as it progresses, how he came to that happy-go-lucky guy to a depressive state. So let's break this down. His first year, he entered this production company. You know, everybody likes him. Everybody likes him. Including that thought side chick of that side chick character whose name that I sometimes forget because she's a bitch. Well, I won't call her a bitch. She's the thought. She's the thought. For real. Okay, so his first year, he's all happy, he go lucky, he fell in love with the girl, and, you know, he fell in love with a girl, okay. And his first year, you know, he went out one night, they got beers, you know, celebrating their success. Saying about how he plays rugby. And by God, he plays rugby really good. And I'm going to get to that later. So he tells people where he went to. He told people how he experienced. But then as soon as it dropped, we got to go back to work. I'm like, y'all just had beer. Y'all just partying. And then y'all just said, we got to go back to work. So his first year was getting to that point where it gets stressful and stressful and stressful and stressful of having these meetings, making these production calls, all this shit, writing these scripts, checking inventory. He's done everything. He's been there so depressed. Even in his first year, he was like, I can't do this. I gotta keep working. And he keep waking up every morning, gotta catch a train, gotta work. And the thing is, he didn't even stay. There were days that he had to stay 2 to 3 days at work. Sleeping overtime, by the way, sleeping at his job, and just didn't get no time to go home. I'm like, what the fuck? I feel bad for Akira. I mean, like, for a guy who work and don't even go home on a certain hour, it's like their schedule is fucked up. Their schedule is fucked up like that. You see these workers sleeping under their desk, drinking Red Bull, Monster, doing whatever, drinking coffee, anything to stay up and finish the assignment. Akira had to work 2 days straight, just not even go to home. And it's like, I'm like, damn, they didn't even make him change his clothes. They didn't even pack his own clothes. They just let him like, oh, I gotta go to work. Oh, God. That's that. Then we go into the second year. His second year, again, the depression goes up. And he is so stressful. He got bags under his eyes. He rarely got sleep. And everything's just like, this dude cannot take a freaking break. And then you got not harassed. And then you get yelled at by the boss. Not the boss, the project manager. He's yelling and yelling, making the people cry. And I'm like, this dude cannot take a freaking break. Yelling and yelling. I mean, literally, he was. I'm like, it's just following every chapter. Like, I love this. I love the first episode because it's following everything. What I'm saying. His second year, again, he's so depressed. He couldn't get no sleep. He had this BO odor. I mean, he couldn't do anything. The work was stressing him out. But he knew his assignment. He knew what he got himself into. And Akira always have this positive face. He always have this positive face, you know, like, okay, I know it's late, I know it's early, but I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna have to enjoy the moment and just go for it. Then his third year, once again, even more stressful than his second year, because a lot of people called out, and we know why people called out. We know. And again, going back to this, I love how they talk about how it all started like 3 years ago. I like how it starts his first year, second year, third year. I do like the transition, how it is. So back to what I was saying. His third year, a lot of people called out, so he has 100 times more work than anything. And that girl that he likes, I mean, like, come on, man. Come on. I know she's your first love, but come on. From watching her, from reading it, from the first time, I knew there was some thoughtness in her. Because if you look at her, I'm like, she's not tired. She's not tired. She has this fucking, like, what is with this? Like, no. And then she slept with the boss right behind his back. I'm like, dude, I feel bad for him. And what's funny is, he knew that she was a side chick. That's the fucking problem. I mean, that's not my problem. I'm like, she knew that's a side chick. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. He hearing them as he working, he hear them moaning through the thick walls of her and the boss. Like, damn. But again, his routine was so sad. Like, I felt bad for him. I mean, again, work, go home, don't do much. You go, I mean, his room was full of trash. They didn't have no time to clean. And I get it. I get that, because we ourselves, when we work and go home, we can't do our things. We can't do the things that we say, like cleaning and all that stuff, because we don't have the time. So then one day, oh yeah, and I do like this. I do how you skip commercials, because we went from like talking about this to like bite marks. Okay. But then the next day, he felt like he gotta go back to work again. But then when he went to the landlord's office to get another bike payment, once he saw the zombies, he legit ran. He legit ran his ass off. Like, legit just ran, like, oh God, a zombie. But then his mind just clicked. It just clicked. He's like, wait a minute. I don't have to go to, wait a minute. Zombie apocalypse. I'm going to be late for work. But wait, I don't have to go to work. Which means, I'm free! He's free. Oh, he's freaking free. He's free. Like, here's the thing. Normally, from watching zombie movies, when it comes to a zombie apocalypse, everybody would freak out. No question. Everybody would freak out. If you see a zombie, yeah. If you see a zombie apocalypse, if you see the world is coming down, you know, like the end of the world type, yeah, you freak out. But for him to like see it's a zombie, he's like, yes, I'm free. He felt enjoyable for it. Now, animation aside, I mean, animation was freaking good. I mean, literally the paint, the red, yellow, green type paint, it symbolizes the blood. It symbolizes the blood, just like how I did in Danganronpa, where they did the blood with the pink. But I like what they did in this one, showing all the blood. I like that it's the comedy horror of it. Like, they don't want to reveal like the blood, but it's like, oh my God, that's that. So now that he's free, he's like, I could drink all night. I could binge watch my shows. I could do this. I could do that. I could do whatever I want. I could finally do things that I couldn't do because of work. And I love that. I love Akira. I love Akira motives. He's not even freaking out. There's zombies. He don't even give a shit. I do his dodging abilities, his athletic speed. I mean, this is a guy who just woke up, all tiredness, and still have the energy to dodge, bob, and weave these zombies like nothing. This guy's a freaking maniac. Now, then he's like, I wonder if that girl's okay, Miss Latari. I wonder if she's okay. So he goes off and he goes on his own, saying, okay, I know she's a side chick, but I loved her at first sight. I gotta go. So he jumps down, kills zombies like with his athletic jumping, his leaping. He's parkouring, by the way. He went straight up parkouring, going all the way to her house. All the way to her house. And he sees the boss. You know, again, and I like his enthusiasm with it. He's like, I'm resigning from my job. Thank you for this opportunity. And the thing is, he grabbed him and threw him out the window, rugby style. Again, he played rugby style, and knocked him on his ass. Knocked him into splat. And then when he saw the girl that he fell in love with, I was laughing because who makes a confession on a zombie? Well, Akira dying in love. I mean, I get that. But in a zombie apocalypse, who confess to a side chick? Really? Really? Who confessed to a side chick? And I find that funny. He's like, I fell in love with you for the first time. And I'm like, oh my God. I do give Akira credit, though. For him to spear and take down the boss and confess to the girl that he fell in love with on his first day. I mean, I get it. That was funny. But at least you get to see some tits. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. At least he got to see tits. Which, by the way, let me get to that. Because, by the way, they did show that on the... They did show that right about... Hold on. Because they kept everything intact with the story. Right about here. At least they showed this part where he confesses. I mean, at least he said he saw tits, but that's there and there. And he just ran. Then, after a night, he decided, you know what? World's ending. I gotta do something. And that is when the bucket list comes in play. And that's just when the bucket list comes in play. You know, I love this show. I love the first episode. I just put it on Twitter and I said it, and I'm going to say it to you guys right now on my channel. What I'm going to say, just like I said on Twitter, you could spread the word to all the YouTubers. You could spread the word to your friends, what I'm about to say. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead is an Anime of the Year candidate. I'm not kidding. It is the best, and with all the shows that came out in the summer, this is the best anime of the summer. I don't give a shit what everybody says. I know that people are entitled to their opinions. I get it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But this show right here, you guys cannot front that this right here is without a doubt the best anime of the summer. Trust me, you gotta watch this or read it. And again, this gotta be an Anime of the Year candidate. I mean, the way how they deliver the joy of zombies once again in this show brought they brought the love back to zombies. Not comedy zombies or anything like that. We're talking about real life situations in a zombie apocalypse. And we haven't even got that good one since High School of the Dead. That's where I'm getting at. So when I look at Zom 100, this is the future. This is like the next age of real life fucking zombies. And guys, trust me when I say this, there's more things to go around in terms of the bucket list of the dead. There's more shit. Not just I don't want to spoil anybody, but what I'm trying to say is this. You're gonna see more surprises, more comedy, more genuine situations, moments that will make you sad, moments that make you cry, moments that make you feel happy. And if they put all the emotions in this, trust me, you're going to watch it or read it sooner or later. But trust me, give this show a freaking chance. But again, this show and this manga got you inspiration to like, yes, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And that's where your bucket list comes in play. And not only that, we're getting a live action of Bucket List of the Dead in August. So that being said, this is you have to watch. So I look forward for next week's episode of Bucket List of the Dead. Again, best anime of the summer, top of the notch anime of the year candidate. Go watch it. See you next week.